I'll be reading an excerpt from my novel, Yams Do Not Exist. This is called Cortesia in the Center. Farinata leaned against the little bridge in Les Sherman Park, tragicomically besotted with the infamous Trish, who by all accounts, her co-worker Donna, had a murky past and more adventures than were allotted to a lady of high standing, in her humble estimation. He called it love because he could only see her stately head over the assortment of coffee machines, and if there were a glimpse of anything more, he would redden and avert his eyes at once. He called it love because he caught himself comparing the green of certain waterfowl to the green shock she gave her long black locks. He also believed that she possessed intimate knowledge of the cello. This error in judgment was the divine masterstroke for Farinata, who now heard a gavotte or a gigue whenever he passed the bank facade that stood by itself in the middle of Cornwall Centre, which might as well have been a parapet from which she lowered her hair for inspection. Such was the luxury of an unemployed poet upon the little bridge, defying with a few tears the integrity of his pants from the sprawl mart nearest Highway 1, to contemplate her image through flat whites and foam at the mouth of the downtown mall in grounds for delight. He cut such a sorry figure that out of sheer pity, a couple dismounted and paid him the courtesy of walking their bicycles across the bridge without subjecting him to any more of the bumps and shocks that flesh is heir to. Expiation came, as it surely did to the first Ice Age hunter-gatherer who slew a bison and grew a bird head, or so the cave paintings show us, in the form of a few peerless tears that had no peer because they were unrivaled in their heartfelt dedication to Trish, and also because they had no peer to speak of, which is to say, not a friend in the vicinity. Farinata was so overwrought that he might have cast himself into the shallows of the debatably artificial creek, had not a pelican floated into view, appearing for all the world duly satisfied with its own awkward and merry surrealism. This whimsical bird floated right under the little bridge, and Farinata did not even notice the yellow corn rows, or the bosom heaving through a t-shirt, or the thighs swathing his crumpled sad sack of a self in the passing aura of their continual locomotion. The fact that she was eager for an acquaintance of roughly his length and breadth between the hours of 10 and 2 on business days did not make itself known to him, nor that his plunge into the shallows might have afforded an opportunity for her to fish him out and dry him off over a hot toddy until the time was ripe to grant him some relief from his irksome passion, had not the happy pelican passed.